Boo, boo, boo. Yes, sir. We live, we live, we live. About to be back. Let a couple people jump in here. Yeah, you're right, man. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with these technicals. Glad Tone jumped in here and saved us. All right, let me see this thing on my Periscope. Okay, boom. It's on my Periscope. Boom. All right, y'all drop some questions in here for Will. Will Blackmon. You missed the first half. You weren't here for the first half. 10-year NFL vet. Super Bowl champ.
Why can't I see it? How can I see the damn scope?
What you mean, bro? You on the stream. How you gonna see the scope?
I can't see it through my phone?
No, I don't know about that. I'm about to finish this campfire. I know that. I know that. Hey man, we missed my dog. I'm gonna pour up a shot for my dog AB, man.
Oh, there you go. I'm the man to man.
Oh, it's not on mine?
Are you on yours?
It's on my Twitter. I think it's on mine. And I don't know. We in here though. Drop some questions.
Yeah, it is yours. It is yours. Oh,
okay. Yeah, we out here. Yeah. Drop some questions for Will. Drop some questions for me. We got some answers for you. We got about probably 15 minutes before this game come on. Y'all let me know who won this damn presidential election. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm ready for it to be over with.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm about to. See, I got a broadcaster now here too.
Yeah. So we here. So what are we talking about? We're talking about game planning, watching film, all that shit. Man.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is because we were talking. You asked me like what defensive players specifically.
Oh yeah.
Secondary players who I thought, and I gave you two guys. I gave you Gilmore and Sherman. But here's the one thing. So I was in training camp with the Seahawks in 2013, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you look at Sherm physically, other than his height and dreads, there is nothing that is dangerous.
Ball skills, elite ball skills.
No, I'm saying like if you look at him.
Oh yeah, like if you put him in the combine and you put him in some shorts, like you'll be like, oh nah, you know.
So,
what I mean?
But he told me, he says, listen, he says, I know I'm not like the most like physically athletic or gifted guy. He says, but the one thing I do know, he said, I know what every single receiver is gonna do.
Yeah.
Period. He literally he walks in the hallway looking at his iPad. That's all he does. He's the only guy I know from a corner yelling out stunts to the far defensive end.
That's where the answers are, man. The answers are in the film. They're there. And like we talked about earlier, man, you can only spend so much time in that building. So the guys that really separate themselves, I mean, it's some outliers. It's some freaks there's some freaks that can just walk in the building and just do their thing. They don't
because the number one thing is like as a player is just confidence. Period.
Yeah.
So
that's especially playing DB.
You can get away with a lot. You're just confident, but
fact. But nah, not in the league. I wouldn't say. Like I said, if you were a freak, if you were a Myles Garrett type guy or somebody like that, Jadeveon Clowney, like those guys are just kind of freak athletes and get away with a lot, but. For me, I feel like you can't really be really confident out there on that level unless you really put that work in, like going into the game.
That's very true.
Like going into the game, like if you put your best effort in that week, watching film, take care of your body, getting sleep.
Got a good question right here though.
Doing the other things. So yeah, man. But we definitely gonna get to these questions, man. But before we get to these questions. I want to talk about what you're doing now. So I got the wine MVP subscription myself, and I don't know anything about wine. So I lean on you. I lean on you to get educated so I don't have to go in there and walk around the liquor store or the ABC wine and act like I know what I'm looking for. So how did you when did that become a passion of yours? And how has that transition been? Post NFL and then,
I just always enjoyed it. We always had it on the road. Charles Woodson would take the defensive backs out to dinner. Mm-hmm. Would always enjoy it then. But I was curious because I found out then he was actually in the business himself.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty wild. I'm like, man, like that's really unique and interesting to me. And I just enjoyed the culture. I just enjoyed the history. I enjoyed all the stuff that had to do with wine. You know what I'm saying? So post career, I always wanted to have my own label.
Okay.
But I was like, but I have someone told me like, hey, if you want to sell wine, you can have the best grapes, the best vineyard. At the end of the day, the hardest thing is to sell it. But while I'm doing this, I'm taking all these classes, all these certifications, and people are hitting me up like for advice and ideas. So I'm like, gosh, I might as well just have my own concierge club, my own business where I help people with that, you know? And I love everything about it. Same thing that made me fall in love with football is the history. Same thing that made me fall in love with wine is the history, man. And that's what made me, like, the key word, like you said, is passionate. Because for me, this is not a hobby, man. This is full-blown business. I got bottles all over the table. I just got a new fridge. I got 2 certifications in wine. So that's
you were talking to my producer, Tone, and y'all were talking about being a sommelier. I don't even know what that is.
That's it,
what is that? What's a sommelier? Is that like expert, basically?
Well, in layman's terms, man, sommelier, that's the wine person in the restaurant. The person you ask for advice to get you wine. That's the main thing of a sommelier. I just call myself a wine professional, man, a wine educator, because that's what I do. Yeah.
So, hey, man. So if subscribe to the Wine MVP, man, it's not gonna hit you across the head. What is it? $80 a month?
Yeah, $80 a month.
Oh, $80.
You get 2 really known varietals, man, and then also I give you the full blown education about it too. So it's cool. It's fun.
Cards, man.
Especially now though, for the holidays, you can buy it just one time. You don't have to subscribe and get locked in, so you can just buy one box. You know, it'd be good for the holidays.
Yeah, hey, it's dope. It's definitely worth it. Especially if you're trying to impress somebody, you can give something as a gift.
But listen, I saw a good question, bro.
Hey, which one? Which one you want to click on?
Okay, the one that says
these questions. We're about to hit these questions, man.
Yeah, because I before I lose my thought, it said which coach taught you there you go. That one right there.
Brett _K10. What coach did you guys have that taught you to prepare for the best? Like broke down film the best? Who was that for you?
For me, and this is crazy because this was like year 6 for me, I think it was, or year 7. But it was Chris Richard when I was in training camp with the Seahawks. Chris Richard, bro, I learned more from that dude in 6 months than I learned my first 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was literally all about just the indicators. It was all about just like things we talked about before, understanding the offense, understanding the coordinators, understanding it was situational football. I was
that's everything on the professional level.
But that's what happened to me is those 6 months. It was it finally clicked. I'm like, it's not about him. It's not about them. It's situational football. That's all it is, and that's Chris Richard, who should be in Dallas right now.
That's facts. That's a good one. Mine would be, I would probably say Todd Orlando, my defensive coordinator in college. I think he's a D coordinator at USC right now. He's been at Texas. He's been in some other places, but he really taught me just the game of football, like defensive football, like understand. Like I went in my meetings for the combine, like when you go and meet with the GMs and the coaches and stuff, and they put you in the room, like almost every time they were like, wow, like you're coming into the league knowing, like I said, like, oh yeah, I got to be in the apex of the defense to kind of split this and that. They're like, whoa. So like Todd Orlando, I was fortunate to have some great coaches, man. Todd Orlando, Scott Lagatos, Bill Belichick, obviously. Bill Belichick, everything was situational. Like everything. That's the most important thing about preparing football, because you got 60, 65 plays in the game, offensive, defense, and it's going to be about 4 or 5 that makes a difference in the game. It's going to come down to a 2-minute drive more times than not. So just going over those same situations time and time again. I put it on my timeline. I was like, I put on my Twitter a couple weeks, maybe last week. I was like, yo, if I ever become a head coach, we're doing 2-minute at some point in practice every practice day. Like, I don't care. And Tyrann Matthew, shout out to Honey Badger. He was like, that's what we do over here in KC with Andy Reid. And
you need real live bullets in practice.
You need it, not only for the players, but for the coaches, the coordinators. Yeah. So you put them in a real situation. It's not nothing they prepare for, no scripted. It's off script. So it's like, hey, middle of practice, boom, blow the whistle, bring the teams up, tell both teams situations. Hey, 1:38 on the clock. You got one timeout. Ball's on the -39.
Right, you need a TD.
Offensive coordinator, you go that way. First nickel out there, 11 personnel, and you do the thing. So that way, once you get in the game, you already know how your coordinator is thinking. So you already know, all right, it's 3rd and 8. We got this many timeouts. Shit, it's a menu of 2 or 3 plays that's coming in right now. Okay, boom, bet. Now I'm looking at offense. I'm getting indicators from the offense. I'm not thinking about what the hell I'm doing. So
but what's wild is wild is though you literally have maybe maybe 30 seconds to process this whole thing. Not even 30 seconds, like
maybe
10 to 15 to go through every single thing. Like, what's the split? What's this? What's the down and distance? What's the situation? Maybe there's a new quarterback. Maybe it's personnel. Like, you got all this very little time to process it. It's funny because everybody is fast. Everybody is strong.
Yep.
Everybody has some kind of mutant ability in the NFL. That's why you're there. And so how do people win? It's situational ball. That's all it is.
Between the years, man. So we got another one. Pepe from Mexico. Shout out to Pepe. Pepe told me I did a good job on the French pronunciation too. Appreciate that, man. I didn't know they speak French in Mexico, but the man part, how much time you put in a week on watching film and studying the game?
Man, we just hit on that earlier.
That would be mine. As much as it takes, man. Because I would be watching film in the locker room before we go out to kick off. And you can, for some people, you can watch too much film.
I was just gonna say that.
You can't get.
What do they call it? They call it paralysis by analysis.
Paralysis by analysis. Yeah, you can be out there like, is it this? Is it that? So I wouldn't be watching it to the point of I'm trying to find plays to jump. I'm trying to jump everything, but just. The more I see a guy, because it's rinse, wash, repeat in the NFL. Like, you play a game on Sunday, you make your corrections on Monday. By Monday night, Tuesday, you're on to that next opponent. So every minute, I'm trying to get every edge that I can get, like stances, field position. How does this dude run this route in the red zone? How does this dude block? You know what I mean? On passing plays, like, does he cut? Like, I want to know everything about a guy.
Well, also too, it depends on like if the team is that good or not.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be real.
Real shit.
Sometimes you may play. You play right. Exactly. You play Peyton Manning. It's not even the fact that they're that good or not. It's like he doesn't do much.
Yeah. He don't do much. They're doing the same thing, and it's like those guys know what the hell. They done seen everything.
If Peyton's under center, it's run. If he's in the gun, it's pass.
Oh my God. What we got, man? Let's see. Boop. We got about what time? We got about 10 more minutes. So drop your questions here. We're gonna hit them rapid fire. D-Boy don't like special teams players. That's a lie. I respect the hell out of special teams players. I couldn't do it. That shit was too real for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Shit, that was the first 6 years of my career. 5 years.
Man, listen, man. One special teams rep is like 15 defensive plays. Like, I don't know how I made it 9 years in the league, not contributing on teams and not being like because if you're not like a starter, like that type guy, you got to contribute some point on special teams. And I finessed my way through, man.
I returned my whole year. That's the thing. I returned my whole career.
Ooh, that's a good question. Do y'all trust Van Albright? Shout out to Van. You've been a supporter from the jump, man. Shout out to Van. Do y'all trust the team doctors when injured? Are y'all
Absolutely
able to get
not.
a second opinion?
No. I got a great. You want to go? I got a great.
Yeah, story. let me answer this one first, real quick. We all got stories. All of us. So this is for, a lot of these things I do it speaking to younger players, people that are in the position, because a lot of us don't know, honestly. When you're in that team, you can kind of almost be intimidated by the team to not get a second opinion. But everyone's afforded the right to get a second opinion. Not only that, the team has to pay for you to get a second opinion. So you have to understand the team doctors are employees of said organization, right? So they're going to, they take their oath and all that stuff, but ultimately, that's who they work for. That's who signs their checks. Always be aware of that. I played an entire season with a broken scaphoid bone, which is one of the worst bones to break in your wrist because you don't have a lot of blood flow, which restricts, blood flow equals healing, basically. The more blood you flow, the faster you heal. But I played. So no, don't trust team doctors. Always get a second opinion. It's going to keep it more honest. And a second opinion is medical. Everybody's body different. Everybody heals different. So no, and yes, we're able to get a second opinion. All right.
Here's the deal. The reason why I say don't trust the team doctors because unless you're between the white lines, everybody else is working for that organization. Period. And the organization is going to always do what's best for the organization. Yep. Right now. I had a situation where I tore my ACL in 2009, and when I was on the Green Bay Packers, and I figure trust them because I'm part of the team. They've been taking care of me because they have to. So when I told my ACL, he said, "Hey, if you did a cadaver, you come back faster." So I'm thinking like, all right, I want to come back faster. I don't want to miss much time. I knew nothing about the injury and the extent of an ACL, but I had more than ACL. I had a lateral meniscus. I had cartilage damage. I had dislocation. Tore my knee up, dude. So ended up having the surgery, came back, did not do well at all, and which ended up me getting released 2010 because my knee didn't fully heal. So I go to the Giants, right, and I have my physical with the Giants, and the doctor's like moving my knee around. He was like, dude, he was like, one, your knee is super loose. Two, your MRI shows that the doctor put the ACL in wrong. Yeah. Also, when you have an ACL surgery for an athlete, you want a patellar tendon graft because that's the strongest and it's your own. If you do a cadaver, it can reject it. So that's exactly what happened. Right, yeah. So not even just team doctors. When I had any kind of injury, I never told the team. I went off site. Unless I got hurt in the game, then they documented it. But if I had something in practice or something that I can handle, I will go somewhere else and get treated straight up. Because that's the best. I wouldn't even be in the training room because they know everything down for me.
Everything, and they mark it all the way down. So when it's contract time, yeah, absolutely. But let's see. All right, boom. Has the media ever got someone messed? All right, so I'm gonna assume like you're talking about the media talking about players, and that kind of gets in your head. I'll give you my experience. So throughout my time in the league, that was kind of when social media started to really become a thing. And then you go after the game, you get on your Twitter feed. Like the worst thing to do as a player, as an NFL player, is to like search your name in Twitter, like after a game or before a game at any time.
You better
never search your name, not your at name. I'm talking about just your name. You're gonna search your name. Worst thing to do, and it can definitely get in your head, especially with these young guys, because you allow too much of anything in you. You start to believe it. You start to try to I'm gonna like so. I would try your best to try to keep that out. It's hard to, especially in today's day and age, but it was some times where I would get beat on the play. Sometimes I'll make a play and I'd be like, oh, I know this shit. I know they talking about this. I know they talking about this Monday night. I just made a play. So it can go both ways, but it's definitely a part of the game, especially in today's game. What's your take on that, Will? I know you came in the league a little earlier than me. What's your take?
Yeah, no, it definitely can. I mean, but you just got to understand it comes with the territory, right? It's almost like dating an attractive girl, man. It's like everyone's gonna look, bro.
Yeah, you can't get mad every time.
That's what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying?
Come with the game.
Same thing. It's like you play in the league, you're on a national stage, people are going to talk bad about you, people are going to talk good about you. They're going to talk about you. I mean, I'm in one of the most famous plays, Odell's catch against the Redskins, when he dove out and snagged that one. And when I knew right after the game.
You already knew. You knew right when it happened.
I was like,
you knew because I had the same one with Jarvis. Jarvis caught a slot seam on me. Like, I'm like, yo.
Listen, so all the cameras came at me and were like, hey, what happened to this play? I was like, I laughed about it. I was like straight up. I'm like, bro, I thought it was overthrown, and I just seen that 4X glove go, ugh,
yeah,
and like snagged it. So I was like, kudos to him, man. Like I know,
he did.
But a lot of guys can handle it because the one thing I don't like when guys come on Twitter, man, and they apologize for a bad performance. It's like,
fuck that.
It's like anybody trying to hear, like, sorry, fans, man. We tried. Yeah. Like, man, anybody trying to hear that, man? Man, that was on me, man. That one's on me. I was like, man, anybody trying to hear that, bro?
Yeah. I mean, I was always one of those guys, and the media actually appreciate this. And now being in the media, guys always tell me, hey, man, you were always one of those players that good game, bad game, whatever. We could always come to you and get answers. Some guys, like, I ain't talking to media. I'm out of. You get dressed real quick, take a shower pill, you out of the locker room, you have a bad game. I'd always face the music, good game or bad game. And as a player, you always look at yourself first, man. Like, so when the players come out and be talking about the shit that happened with the Cowboys earlier this season, the coaches can't adjust or this can happen. If you listen back to this conversation me and Will had, like, it's not on the coach. The coach can call cover 3 every snap, every play they want to. It's on us to go out there and communicate and execute. Period. Point blank, period. We got to be out there and make the adjustment. Sherman is making adjustments. Bobby Wagner making adjustments in that defense. Fred Warner's make adjustment at defense. These guys run vanilla defense. It's not exotic. They know offenses know what the hell they get when they go into to play these teams, but those players know how they're going to be attacked. They know the weak spots, and that's part of being a pro. So
and there were guys on that
take
defense.
ownership.
There were guys on that defense that played a lot of football for them to be dealing with that. That's the thing too. It's like, I don't know, man. It's because we always say, man, whatever. There are times where it's like, man, the coaches can be how they want, but once we get between those white lines, bro, it's on us.
Facts. That's a big fact. All right, this is the last one I'm gonna take. It's another one. Brett _K10. What's your favorite coverage to play, Will?
0.
Oh, that might be the first time we got that answer. Because 0, for y'all who don't know, 0 is the defense blitzing one more than the offense can block typically. And so everybody else is in coverage. We know the ball is coming out hot. It should be at least. It's cover 0. No deep safety, no middle of the field safety, no split. It's just me, mano el mano. I like 0 too, but it depends on the situation. Why is that your favorite coverage?
Because of that reason. I don't have to think about any situation. I just know the ball's either coming out quick, and if it's not out yet, I better be on my horse. So that's the thing. I remember, like, a perfect example when we just talked about coaches. I was on the Redskins. We were playing Dallas, and Coach Joe Barry called a cover 0. He called 0 blitz 3 plays in a row, and we're like, dog, like, call something else. He was like, I'm calling it again because we're getting to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And we were like, man, let's just make this shit work, bro.
Yeah, you got to make it work.
But yeah, for me, I went up there and I played off, and I remember I had I forget who it was. I think it was like Bryce Butler or somebody, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna press this dude. I didn't even care.
Sometimes you got to do that in 0 for sure. I'd be like, I'm gonna press. But the thing about 0, if you press,
don't miss.
9 times 10, you know that fade coming. You know the fade. If I'm pressing, I'm almost inviting the fade, and I like that matchup.
No, I was kind of like head up to outside, and I kind of.
Oh shit, you brave, boy.
Well, because I knew I can go. I wasn't worried about the slant because I was gonna.
That's what I'm worried about. Because the thing about 0 is,
there's nothing inside. But I'm saying I'm playing.
Inside.
I'm outside, but I'm playing the slant. So if he released it, if they try to check fade on me, then I'm on it because he's not been outside. What's yours?
That's your favorite. One robber. So I was fortunate enough to play. I played nickel. I played corner. I played safety. My favorite. If you told me, hey, D-Boy, you got one play to go out there and make a play, what call do you want to call? Coach, call one robber. And I'm the robber. Hey, whoever else, you get the post, I get to the robber, and I picked off A-Rod like that, and
I remember that one.
You can get quarterbacks, man, because you show them one thing.
As long as your other safeties on the same page,
you got to be on the same page with the one robber. The pre-snap disguises everything. You can't show it early. Unless you playing Baker Mayfield like the one Minka Fitzpatrick. That was basically one robbery. He dropped right into it and threw it right into it. Like that was. That was crazy. So usually I like one robber, and I want to be the safety that's drop one on third down. I want to drop opposite of the top dog, right? So if Odell's in the slot, if Julio's in that slot to my right, I want to be the left safety coming down.
You can sneak over there.
Yeah, everybody else is in outside leverage. Hey, if they come inside, anywhere inside near these hashes, I'm making the play. But just do your job, stay outside, and I got you. And if they don't, I like. So one robber would 1,000% be.
I like being the hook player in 3. I like that one.
Hook player in 3. Yeah, I like. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of them, man.
But I also though I relished and I thrive playing man in the slot.
Honestly, man, for real. You know what? I don't. Well, if you got to go, let me know, man. I might just rock out here. I don't have me a couple of drinks. I might rock out and just keep taking these questions.
If you got more questions, I'll talk. But let me know when they die down.
I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. So who else we got? What else we got? Talking about 425. I ain't gonna get into that real quick. I saw somebody asking. Okay, with Eli, what happens post game with T? You want that one first? Or you want me to get it?
What's he mean?
I guess he mean with details, like he want us. I mean, I'm not giving no names or nothing, like, but I tell you this, like, I miss playing the game, but I miss the other things more than that. Like traveling,
the camaraderie and stuff.
yeah, taking the road trips and the plane. Oh, team. Okay, with teams. My fault. So he meant teams, not tea. Okay, I thought you was asking for the tea. Well, I'm about to say this ain't the shade room, but yeah. So it's just a camaraderie because as a and I say civilian, I feel like I'm a civilian now. But like when you're in like it's like a fantasy world when you're playing in the league. When you're a professional athlete, it's something you dream of, and a lot of it is what you dreamed it to be. Like it's a fantasy world. I'm 30 years old in a locker room, taking trips, staying in nice hotels, getting police escorts, like shooting dice on the back of the
you
plane.
Like the life. You love the lifestyle.
Yeah, but it was more so with the teammates. Like honestly, when I was in the season, like I rarely went out. Like I played in Foxborough, I played in Charlotte, I played in Indy. Like during the season, I was really out in the streets. But like when it came to like kicking in with my guy, like it was managed. Once I became like the OG in the locker room, in the meet rooms, like Monday nights, like DBs, we together. Like we linking up, we having dinner together, we watching Monday Night Football. We going to somebody's house, we shooting dice together, like we doing something because that creates that real camaraderie. And I know it's bigger than ball. You know what I mean? Like I know your kids, I know your wife, I know your girl. Like like I'm gonna really go out there and do and go to war for you. So that's what I miss more than even playing the game, honestly. And even when we get on here, we got Will on here today, but 9 times out of 10, we get guys on the podcast, like dudes don't want to leave. Like we had Rob Mathis on here, my boy Ty, like Buddha Bay, like it's like, hey man, shit, this is what I miss, man. Let's chop it up. We can go for another hour. So it's just like that locker room because it's really like if me and you having a conversation in the locker room, like it's no judgment. Like
because you know what it is too,
fully be ourselves, and it's like, hey, it is what it is.
Well, because that's the only person who really understands you, who gets it. You know what I'm saying? It's like people ask the question, why do boxers hug after they just blasted each other in the face all day long? Well, they hug because they're like, I know what you've been through, man. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're going through this together. You know what I'm saying? So that was the cool part about just sitting there talking, having that camaraderie. I truly loved that. Even that's not the question. I love the games.
You can't replace that. You can't.
Yeah, I like walking out pregame in the tunnel, and it's just like, especially road games where it's like everyone against you. I thought that was the most fun, man. Where you just walk into someone else's lines, then and it's like, man, let's burn the ships and figure this thing out.
It's especially a hostile. What's your favorite hostile environment?
Oh,
so you played in Green Bay, you played in New York, you played in Washington.
Jacksonville.
You played Seattle, Jacksonville. Like, what was your favorite your favorite stadium to walk into? You like, hey, I know they're gonna be wow.
No, my favorite one was when I was in Green Bay to go to the Metrodome to play against the Vikings. That was a straight up.
The Metrodome. That's how I know you are old.
Listen. I played.
So was it you playing on AstroTurf?
No, that was Field Turf.
I was about to say you ain't playing. I was about to say you ain't that damn old.
No, I did at BC.
That's gross. I did at my freshman year spring ball. We played on AstroTurf.
Like, but yeah, the Metrodome, man.
Okay.
It was because it was just like everyone says the Bears, but for me it was the Vikings, man. I know the Bears have a long history, but Minnesota, it was just nasty, wild. I remember I took a punt to the crib, and I did like I did the Dion shuffle. I jumped into the stands. I remember fans were throwing beer on me, and I was trying to drink the beer, dog.
I say it all the time when I'm on with AB, man. Like I would much rather go into a hostile environment than be in my home crowd. I mean, I like the home crowd, but it's nothing like just either shutting the crowd up or getting booed, like just. Because when you step in, like your home fans, your hometown, they're gonna rock with you.
It's fun. You like when the energy.
Yeah, especially if it's a division rival. So when you go in somebody else's stadium and you ball, you make a play, like okay.
The odds
remember me.
You.
Yeah, these fans gonna remember me. These fans gonna boo me. They're gonna hate me because there's certain players, certain teams, certain fan bases that hate other players because they know, like, damn, my stadium, honestly, we never had success here as a team, but playing in Pittsburgh, playing in Pittsburgh, and it's just that renegade soul, bro. That was like one of the best experience. I'm like, yo, because that crowd get live, the team get live. Seattle, that energy from that crowd is crazy. Arrowhead, I got a pick six there. No, Pittsburgh, I like that's that renegade song that kind of separates. But I say, matter of fact, I go back. I say Arrowhead. I got a pick six there. So Arrowhead, that'll be my stand. They were loud too. Loud. Usually domes are louder. They are loud.
I was playing in Dallas because I mean they're probably one of the most diehard fans outside of Pittsburgh.
Dallas. I felt like I wasn't even really playing. I felt like that was
you
like
at the club.
Yeah, I felt like that was like a video game, or when they went to that Jerry's World, like that shit was like you walking out of the stadium, you see like
you walk through a restaurant to get to the field.
Like a whole bar, like people fans in there holding their drinks, like boo, like what? So like Dallas was wild. And then you go out there and you looking at that big ass, like that Dallas shit was crazy. Green Bay already up 7-0, but
Dallas, Philly was pretty wild. I went to Philly as a Giant, bro, and I went to Philly as a Redskin. So Philly was pretty. Philly was wild. That was
okay. So who would you say is like the craziest fan base, like the most passionate fan base?
Man, I probably seen the worst out of people when I was in New York and we played Philly.
I hear Philly a lot.
I think the Steelers have the most passionate fan base, but when we played Philly,
told the producer, I know he in the cut, but I always say that Steelers is not like, bruh. Anywhere you go in the country, there's a bar. Steelers bar.
Yeah,
I was in Arizona, in Phoenix. Chick, I know, hey, yeah, come down, shit, huge Steelers. Hey, you gotta come to this bar. I'm like, yo, what? How's this? I feel like I'm in Pittsburgh. So yeah, Steelers Nation, they solid. Steelers,
even on social
Raiders.
media, you say anything positive about the Steelers, you're gonna see somebody. You say anything bad about the Steelers on social media, you're gonna see somebody.
So I give you that. All right, let's see what we got. Is there? This is a good question. Mark Cernelik. I hope I pronounced that right. I hate messing up people's names. Is there a chance for the NFL to grow on an NBA level of international players in the league?
Absolutely not. Not even close. It would never happen.
Say nah?
No.
Sonoris, what up, baby? That's OG. Crib too, Carol City, Miami. Shout out to Sonoris. He said playing in Dallas and Philly. But that question, is there a chance for the NFL to grow to NBA level? You said no.
No, in terms of he said players. He said players. No. Yeah, players. No, because they even have a.
You think no?
For players, there's not talent like that.
I think yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. So every year, outside of this year with COVID, so for the last 7 years, my boy King Batch, shout out King Batch. I went to high school with Andrew Batch. He's killing it on social media. He's killing it, movies, Netflix, everything. But every year, his foundation, the Roujon Foundation. Shout out to the Roujon family. We would go to Jamaica every year. And every year I would teach like Jamaican athletes, the game of football, American football, because it's really only big here, right? You had a Euro League, but it's really only.
But that's
big
my point.
Here. You know what I mean? So it's not like an international. It's not like a hundreds of years old type of sport. So it's tough. But if you go into but when I go into these camps and these dudes that are used to playing soccer, used to playing rugby, used to running track, used to playing basketball, and I actually showed them the game, like, okay, this is your first time playing football, and I see these dudes, like, easily we can have that can be a pipeline from Jamaica to the NFL. That could easily be a pipeline, and I'm talking about you will have some of the best players in the NFL if we create. But you have to kind of put that, kind of how baseball does. When they go to other countries,
you need that farm system.
Yeah, they go to Venezuela. They go to these different countries.
Well, because I'll tell you right now. So I know, the like the whole.
That's a good ass question.
It is because what the NFL is doing.
Sorry about that.
What the NFL is doing, they got the NFL Academy where they're actually trying to do that. The NFL Academy is trying to start a grassroots program in the UK. That's exactly what that is. So they find. I'm saying, but they find kids all over the place. But they also have a placement program where they scout players all over the world and actually either get him in the pro day or try to get him in the combine. You know, there's the only international league that's actually like legit football is the German football league. Like they actually got some like real deal ballers there. But in
the
terms
CFL,
of
obviously, so
German,
outside of CFL,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I actually played
that's
a game.
international.
I actually played a game in the CFL.
Rough Riders.
That's another story. But yeah, I don't see it, man, because basketball is a year-round deal, man, and you can play anywhere. It's a world game. Football is not a world game like that.
I see it happening, but
No,
you got to go to the right places. I don't see it happening in UK. That's not where I would put my farm system. I'm not putting my football farm system in the UK. I'm gonna put my football farm system in Jamaica.
But that's the melting pot, though.
And somewhere in Africa.
I'm saying, but they have the capital. They're bringing kids to.
That's what I'm saying. So if you put that seed money, that capital into these countries, and you're creating programs like I'm in the process still doing that, even without going there this year.
Man, you ain't bringing nobody from the league unless they're a skill guy,
huh?
Maybe a DN. You ain't bringing no skill guys
over
here.
Skills. What? That's bruh. Have you seen Jamaican sprinters?
Yes, I have.
Bruh, you can learn the game. We had Daniel Dongo. Daniel Dongo came from Kenya. Came and played for the Colts. He was probably one of the best, he was one of the best rugby players in the world. Came to the NFL, but obviously, when you come to the NFL, he stuck around with the Colts for 3 years.
Where he at?
So when you listen, bro, you're coming to, he had zero American football experience. You come over here, and for you to even last 3 years in the program, that's impressive. Like, because you're playing, it's not like you coming over here and you play high school ball. You coming over here and you playing against the best football players in the country. I'll say the country because it's not like a world, it's not an international sport.
But that's gonna be so hard to build that infrastructure and to actually get the right.
It ain't that hard, bro. It ain't that hard.
To get the right people, the right coaches to go over there and build
that. If you wanted to, if you put the money, because you got the money.
It's not happening, bro. There's no way.
All right, you say no, I say yes. So
okay. Next question.
That's the answer. Who we got? We already see Pepe from Mexico. You already got some Aussie kickers. You got some Nigerian-born O-linemen.
Kicking, yes. Big boys. That's what I'm saying. No skill. You ain't get no skill guys.
All right. I'm gonna post. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post another video of my guys from Jamaica, man. Shout out all my guys in Jamaica, man. How do you feel about them?
They got hands?
Yeah. Bro, you talking about us, bro. You talking about us. At the end of the day, like
I'm talking about snag, not like
bro, this shit ain't rocket science, brother. They catch a rugby ball. The only difference is we throw it like this, they throw it like that.
That's a big deal.
That's okay. So we're not talking about
if that thing comes up like this, if that thing swoops under, yeah, I'm talking about just him.
Man,
and not just catching it one-on-one, but like you catching it in a play, you catching it in the game.
It's gonna take time, but
who's catching punts?
We're gonna revisit this in a few years.
In what? In 2042?
Nah, hell nah. 2022. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a date on it. I'm gonna make it my mission. All right, Liberty and Hercules. How do you feel about the studies? Studies wrong, big dog. How do you feel about the studies about CTE and that players might end up getting it and some not? I think that all right. This grammar kind of throwing me off. But how do you feel about this?
He tried to get his question in, man.
No, I feel you. I feel
grammar, man. Golly.
It's just I'm in my second glass, so I got your questions. Y'all can read it. So how you? I'm not drinking that wine like you, man. I'm drinking, I'm on this campfire right now.
Oh, my whiskey.
All right. Do you think they'll ever have helmets that'll eliminate CTE in about 10 to 20 years?
It's impossible because it's not about the helmet. It's about the brain getting shook. So you can have the best helmet in the world. You're going to get hit hard enough and your brain's going to get shook. So no, you can't eliminate it.
Agreed. All right, TH. How
Look,
often
I
does Man to Man?
I got every helmet up there too on my thing too. I got every goddamn helmet, bro.
Them shuts. Them shuts not protecting shit. Trust me. I would get up and go grab them, but they're not protecting nothing. So
hey, it's
don't
all
put
about the
them up
look.
there. Shout out to Sean Springs though. Talked about him earlier about one of the OGs taught me the game.
Oh yeah, he got his own helmet company. Yeah,
he got WinPack, and they're doing some big things in that space. You can definitely get better, but I've only blacked out twice on the NFL field, well, on a football field once in college.
Bro, I blacked out twice actually.
Twice, see? Okay.
One because I made the proper tackle.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Like you said, it don't matter. When you running,
I hit Fitzgerald
20 miles an hour into somebody. Hold on, let me turn off this alarm. You run 20 miles an hour into somebody, it don't matter about you.
Well, where are you going? So anyhow, I don't know. This is my first time on Man-to-Man Pod, so I can't answer that question. He can.
Oh, yeah. So, TH, how often does Man-to-Man Podcast go live? So, we go live on Overreaction Monday. Every Monday. We switch it up the times. Usually, it's at 11 a.m. And then this time, we just go 7 to usually kick off. We going extra, man, because I like this conversation. I'm on my second glass, and I might be here all night with y'all. Will gonna have to go at some point, but shit, I ain't doing nothing.
I'm chilling. She's with the kids right now. So
hey,
with the kids.
That's that's how you do it. All right, what else we got, man? Let me get some good fast running backs to Jamaica. Damn right. You damn right. I'm working. I'm already recruiting Jamaica. Now Will done lit that fire again. We talked about this. I think Will mentioned C. Wood. I mentioned Sean Springs. How's it playing at FedEx? I'll let you answer this. I'm gonna run for a bathroom break real quick.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm an old man,
bro. What is this? FedEx. I did not enjoy FedEx that much. It was cool because it had some history to it, but the field wasn't that great. The home locker room wasn't that great. The home showers wasn't that great. Driving to the facility wasn't that great. So FedEx wasn't a fan. Yep. So how do I add these questions? He took off. He's in the bathroom. There you go. If you could do it all over again, would you still choose to play defensive back or a different position? Man, that is a great question for me because Darius did not. He got a little bit of receiver, but for me, man. Hey, we got a hell of a question.
If you could do it all over again, would you still choose to play DB or would you play a different position? Ooh. Man, you know what?
I would still play DB because the game was different then. If I came into the league now, I would play receiver.
You can't get hit. It depends, though. I'll play receiver. I'll play receiver right now in the NFL because if you got a shitty quarterback, they'll draft another one 2 years later, a year later.
But also too, like
and the rules,
the way the game is played, like they're getting the ball out now. And my style of play was I ran now routes, I ran slants, I ran 3-step, I ran jailbreak screens. That's all I did.
So you couldn't run a post.
I was not running any of those. I told my coach. I said, "Listen, my name is now and later. Give it to me now. Let me run a go route."
So you want the balls? You want the yak?
I was the yak god.
Nah, well, you know me. My receiver. I was versatile. I can affect you at all 3 levels of the game. You could throw me a screen, give me a reverse. You can hit me intermediate. I'll move the sticks. I run a post corner double move. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What current receiver would I compare my receiver games? Yeah, I asked you this first. So he will sound like Deebo Samuel to me.
That's exactly who I'd be. That's damn right, yeah.
See, that's how you know I watch film. See how you always got to have a comparison. All right, so Will would be Deebo Samuel. I personally would be shit. Right now, somebody playing right now?
I could tell you drinking because you over here cussing up a storm. I got this fruit fly trying to.
No, we always cuss. So the man to man, we lay back, we rock with our people, man. It's what we do.
Bathroom break,
just
to let y'all know this
smoke breaks.
This man had 9 catches. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm looking at all your stuff right now.
In college?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, girl. But hey,
he did all that.
All 9 of them impacted the game. I tell you that.
You did. You had 13 yards a catch.
On my second Bob Marley.
And you only had 13 yards rushing.
Listen,
man, you didn't do nothing on offense. I'm not trying to hear that.
In college, I scored on a rush, on a pass reception,
rush pass, and you had a kick
return, a pick return. It ain't too many people who scored 4-5 ways in college.
You had
not
two
on the
pick
D1
sixes,
level.
That's right. You had 2 pick sixes.
Not on the D1 level. What about it? I asked, it's for you too. Well, TH, any thoughts on becoming the coach? If so, what level? Good question.
If I were to coach any level outside of high school, it would be the NFL. And the reason is I can't not go to someone's house and beg them to come to my school. I can't do it, bro.
that recruiting is a beast in college. You got to be a good recruiter. That would be my same. It's my same answer. High school would definitely be the answer. Coaching, I wouldn't do it right now just because.
Unless somebody really came. I'm not seeking, but if someone came after me and really was like, I will listen.
It would for me, and this is personally, it would have to be, and I've had offers, but it would have to be like a legit, not like an internship. You come into, because the way I view it, the way I look at it, and I'm like, bro, so if you go to the Army, right? I got military people in my family. You go to the Army, if you just have a college degree, you don't come in as like the lowest level private. Just because you have a degree, I don't care what you got a degree in, it could be underwater basket weaving. You come in at a certain level. So I'm not coming into your building as an intern. Like, I done been in the trenches. I done been at like real life.
You about to start as an intern, all right?
I'm not coming in as an intern. Like, Kellen Moore went from a backup quarterback, a career backup, to a quarterback's coach. The following year, he went to the OC. I'm not coming in as an intern. So that was the issue for me. It was like, I'm not coming in as an intern. And so that would be my issue. And then the time commitment, the kids getting older and everything, obviously, especially with COVID and everything, with them doing distance learning and all that. I just wouldn't do it at this point in my life, but I kind of found a happy medium. I'm consulting like younger players on and off the field. So I watch games with guys. Hey, you do this better, do that better. Hey, you're doing that great. Keep doing that. Hey, what are you interested in off the field? Like Will's interested in wine. Like, that was a passion of his. So it's important for players, because a lot of us struggle after the game, finding out, what are we really, because to make it to the NFL, to be successful, like, you really got to dedicate, like, everything else works its way around your football. So once you're out, which for most of us is your mid-20s, early 30s, if you're lucky, it's like, damn, who am I? Like, what am I interested in? What am I passionate in? So I try to do that earlier in the game, guys in their third, fourth year. Like, all right, get you connected with some people off the field who can connect you with your passion while you're still playing the game, networking, things like that. So I think that's important, but I couldn't dive in right now into coaching. So that would be my answer.
Yes, I would rather be in the front office. That was the next question.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Any tips, Sweep Zachary, any tips for a guy that played D2 and trying to coach at college?
Go back to your college.
Go back to your college. Just keep learning the game, man. Will asked the question on Twitter the other day. Will's question was, matter of fact, you proposed the expert question you asked.
What I asked?
Well, you said, what did you say? You said, if you never played the game, could you be an expert in football? So like coaches, I guess,
and it was an honest question. I know some people looked at it like, because a lot of players were like, hell no. Like, I just want to know, like, do you guys think that without actually playing a game, can you be considered an expert? And my
answer to that question was yes.
Yes, but I also said in the comments, I'm like, well, perhaps they meant expert analysis. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I mean, whatever.
I feel like it's hard for me to. I feel like it's hard for me to be an expert about something without actually being in the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can read and study something all day long, but if I'm not actually in the field, then I don't know if I'm an expert at it.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this then. So I follow you, and I see you talk when boxing is on. I'm not a big boxing fan, but you
Right.
talk about boxing. Would you consider yourself a boxing expert?
Not at all. I'm a
Not at
diehard
all.
boxing
Okay,
fan. I'm a
you just a
diehard boxing
fan.
fan. Yeah, even if I say, because I actually did talk to Fox about doing PBC boxing, like that was something that
Mm-hmm.
I was going to call some fights. But even when I did that, I still wouldn't consider myself a boxing expert.
Expert.
Now,
Okay.
I see guys who have been in boxing for a long time, and I can call them a boxing historian. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or I will call guys like Andre Ward. He's a boxing expert. You know what I'm saying?
Abuski. She said, "Would you trust Abuski?" Chris Santos said, "Would you trust a tattoo artist with no tattoos?"
Yes, I would.
Okay, so you can be an expert. There's your answer.
If I saw it, that's not the same thing.
That's the same thing.
No, it's an artist. That's artistry. Actually,
so you don't feel like what you did on the field was art, was entertainment? That's just an art. That's
feel
just
like
an art.
No, that's different, bro.
Yeah, all right.
If you're a tattoo artist and you don't have tattoos, but you're actually giving tattoos, that's different.
Would you trust a dentist with the bad teeth?
If I look around, I see everybody else's teeth get hooked up. if I see everybody's dentures looking right, I wouldn't.
Yeah, in fact, it depends on your IG page. Look.
Now here's a different story though. What I trust, like those tattoo shows.
Yeah.
What I trust a judge who had no kind of artistry with no tattoos. Would I put him on the panel and he's an expert on judging these shows?
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. A tattoo artist is actually giving tattoos.
That's the same thing. I mean, man, you know what? All right, TH. That was I was
drunk right now.
I'm definitely not drunk. TH, that's a bad question. Have you ever been on the bad end of a holiday?
I'm about to tweet that right now. I'm about to say Darius is drunk. Jump on.
That's cool. Hey, it is what it is. I've been in my house for 7 months. Hey, y'all let me know who the president is. Matter of fact, if I missed that. No one is game. All right. It's my last question. I am lightweight fried. Might get on here talking crazy. Casey. Last question. Let me find a good one. Oh, Desmond King trade. That's a good one. What you think about the trade? This doesn't count.
It doesn't count. No, I'm actually in favor of it. I think Desmond King is by far one of the most underrated athletes in the game. He can play any position in the secondary, and he's an elite punt returner. So I think this is great for Tennessee Titans to get another versatile athlete, and this is a big pickup for them. No question.
Agreed 1,000%. I think me and AB talked about it a couple of days ago. All right, I guess I give you this one. This is the one we get. Actually, this will be two. I'm gonna give you a 2-part question. It's the last one for Will. We out of here after this. I'm about to go get on my somebody said they on their second Bob. Van said he on his second Bob Marley. I'm about to get on my first. All right, so Full Metal Mike. Back when y'all played, I don't act like we old like that now.
I'm 36, bro.
Back when y'all played, what receiver was the hardest matchup against?
You know what's crazy, man, is I never had an easy day in practice, bro. I never had an easy day. Yeah, man. I had Donald Driver one time, and then I got to move on to Greg Jennings. And then I had to move on to Jordy Nelson. Ooh. And then we had James Jones. Ooh. And then sometimes I had to match Jermichael Finley.
Finley was a dog too.
Yeah, but no, for me, out of anybody I ever covered, man, it was Donald Driver, man, because I was the first receiver I ever had to cover.
Oh,
yeah, he was the most craftiest. He was small.
I'm not buying that.
He said the hardest matchup for me, it was him.
I'm not buying that. We just talked about Odell and the go-go gadget left hand. I played against Odell. Like, I'm not buying Donald Driver. I respect Donald Driver, craftsman. I'm not accepting.
When he said back, I'm thinking like way back.
On you. I made a trumper. I'm not accepting the answer. Recount, revote.
All right. Well, Odell and AB were tough for me because they never got tired.
Oh yeah, that'd be my answer. AB.
They They never got tired.
Got tired.
And sometimes they didn't run the right route.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you playing with those quarterbacks, and you playing with like a Big Ben or Russell Wilson or a Aaron Rodgers, one of them cats like who can extend the plays and kind of like, all right, this is the like we talked about earlier in the show. Shit, this is probably 2 shows at this point. We talked about earlier in the show. You game plan, you like, all right, he's running a curl on this formation. It's down this. All right, you run a curl, but now Big Ben threw off a guy or two, and now AB is breaking up the field, and they're on the same page. So
right, AB plays in the dirt.
Yeah, exactly. That backyard football. So AB will be the top one. And this will be the last one I leave.
Oh, I knew you were gonna grab the one.
This will be the last one I'm gonna leave you with, man. Will, take us out with this one. Will. What are Will's 3 favorite wine varietals? I'm gonna tell y'all again for whoever wasn't here earlier. Subscribe to the Wine MVP.
Look, man,
$70-some a month. You can do one time around the holidays. He's gonna send you a package, not only with the wine. He's gonna send you a nice card with all the details on the wine, where it's from, all that shit to make you sound smart. So let us know, Will.
Man, you know what? My favorite, man, I like sparkling wine. I'm a champagne guy, man. That's what I like, man. I enjoy that. I also like me a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is from Spotswood. This ain't even out yet. They're 2018. Actually, if you go to spotswood.com Saturday, I'm gonna do a cool tasting with them. And you know what's been like really popping lately is Paso Robles. I like any kind of wine from Paso. They do a good job with like Grenache or Cabernet blends there to Bordeaux blends. So I like that's what I like right now, man.
All right, there we go. And that's a wrap, man. About to catch the rest of this game. Packers versus Niners, man. Hey, Will, appreciate you, man. You rocked with us for a minute. Appreciate all the questions, all the interactions. Subscribe to the pod, man. Hit the 5-star, hit the reviews, all that good stuff, man. Will, man, appreciate you, bro. I'm sure this won't be your last time on here. I hope not, man. Looking forward to hollering at you more.
My dog, appreciate you every time, man.
All right, bro. We out.